Recording. The Human Torch was denied a loan.
I was discussing rank promotions in my officers channel of the Dune Awakening Guild Discord the other day.
Were you actually, or is that just is that a bit?
It's literally a true statement. I'll get into it. Hello and welcome to Grass Touchers, the show where the three of us pals catch up after taking a week off. Hope you've had a good one. I know I have. I'm Jake.
And I'm Jared.
And I'm Greg.
Oh, and we talk about video games and how we don't have time for them and everything's fine. Let's get right into the news of Jared's life. What's up, dude?
Oh wow. Beep 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 beep. Breaking news! Breaking news!
Breaking news! Breaking news alert!
Works all day and watches 3 Jackie Chan movies in a row.
Oh wow, 3 in a row! Wow.
Yeah. I watched a bunch of Jackie Chan movies. I've been watching a lot of Jackie Chan movies in general, not just today, but I did watch 3 today as I worked all day from home. It was nice. It was 111 out here in Tucson, so I told my dad, let's stay in. Let's stay in today. It's supposed to be the hottest.
What a benevolent employer you have.
Yes. And tomorrow is, thankfully, it's going to really cool down. It's going to be like 108, so it should be totally fine tomorrow.
Breezy.
Yeah, it's going to be freezing out. I'm going to probably wear my
awful
parka. And so I'm doing that. Played a lot of Rematch this past weekend. It's great how it doesn't matter what the game is. It can be literally, it's just a real sport. It's soccer. There's a meta that's going to form, and it's going to make me angry. And so I'm already pretty angry at that game. But I did play a lot of it.
That didn't take long.
No.
That almost broke a record, I think.
Like
You've been playing that for like a week.
Yeah, it's a week, and I'm just like, you got to be kidding me with this. Excuse me. That was fun though. I did enjoy that. Played ranked. Got to like Silver Division 2 or something. Which,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. In the scope of the ranking system, is probably pretty low. But
do they do like, what is it? Copper, bronze, silver, gold, etc. Is it sort of similar to others,
silver.
or
bronze, silver? Started us at the very bottom, and I was working my way up. Did some of that. Played some. I downloaded and tried Mecha Break. Found that to be very frustrating. It's a cool game, but it seems like the type of game you need to play with friends because I was just getting worked over. There's like an extraction mode, and I was like flying around. I was a big Armored Core fan from the latest Armored Core that came out that FromSoft did, and and this handles kind of like that, albeit not as good in my opinion. Not as well. Is
it a PvP kind of vibe? What are we?
It is. It's a primarily online style game. The extraction mode is like what you'd expect. You know, there's like a PvE aspect, but then like right when you have good stuff and you're gonna extract, you know, Greedo shot first 69 420 comes flying out of nowhere and kills you and ruins your the last 15 minutes of your life are just gone. So I kind of put that one down. Dota, kind of farting around, you know, starting to kind of settle into the rank that I'm at, but I'm still enjoying that game. I love that game. And the biggest news of the day is RimWorld's new DLC comes out this Friday, which is a big deal for me because I'm a loser. I love that game.
I know we say this all the time, but I am vicariously extremely stoked for you. That should be very cool.
Yeah, like 2 days from now, Friday.
Yeah, I mean tomorrow midnight, pretty much. I think is what they're giving me.
You're gonna camp out at GameStop at.
I'm gonna camp at a GameStop. I'm gonna pee in a jar and bring my little sleeping bag, and get into.
And that's before you get to GameStop.
That's a normal night for me, anyways. I'm homeless. I'm very homeless. I have an Xbox, a gaming laptop, and pretty much unlimited access to a McDonald's Wi-Fi as long as a certain manager isn't around.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
This is like what would happen at that Wendy's that we went to.
Right.
Outside the Wendy's with a generator.
Right.
And a tent.
Yeah, dude.
Just gaming it up.
As long as Bernice doesn't come in for her shift too early, I should be fine. I clear out of the parking lot and come back at the right time. Dude, that was the craziest Wendy's of all time. Hey, I got a question for you guys, though.
Okay.
Theory time. So we live in I'd say it's kind of lower middle class neighborhood right now, and we're thankful to be here because we're paying a lot less than we were before. But it's not a great area. There's a lot of homeless and almost exclusively Mexicans living here, which is fine.
Very cool.
I'm married to a Mexican person. I love Mexicans, but the ones that are destroying the neighborhoods, not as much. So,
okay, cool.
On our street, it's kind of a weird side street that connects to a larger street, and so there's a little bit of traffic through there consistently throughout the day. Often people will pull over on because there's an empty lot across that street where sometimes homeless people like set up their tents and stuff, which is really rad too. I love waking up and looking out the window and there's a guy pooping in an old Tide box and across the street. But
yeah, cool.
People park on that side of the street where there's the dirt lot. They'll just park and they'll be there for like 10 minutes and then they'll just leave. It happens all the time. Is this like a thing or something? Is there some kind of weird like local P2P server thing going on? Is that what this is?
Hey man, you're asking the wrong.
I'm asking. I don't know if this is a common thing. Is this something? I mean, it's like, why would they be?
Is it a dead drop location?
That's
Are they getting out of their car? Are they getting out of their car?
They're not getting out of their car. I don't know what they're doing in their car, but they're always pulling over right there. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are they out here? And it's nice cars, ugly, nasty cars. It's like, why? It's very strange. I didn't know if this was a phenomenon that you're familiar with.
I've never heard of it.
Definitely don't go out there and ask them.
I can't believe me. This isn't. It's not a dangerous neighborhood, but I definitely do not want to do that.
Right.
Because people will be not hostile, but they will be probably a little bit on the defense. But I don't know. I didn't know if that was a common thing. I really wonder because it's the only reason. It does
seem like a dead drop thing. If there's a spot in a, I'm gonna say upscale sketchy neighborhood.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me to see strange cars coming and going.
Sure.
But what possibly I would want to camp that thing out and just watch and people watch and car watch. Maybe you've already done that.
That's the thing is right outside our window. We see it all the time. People are out there just sitting there for like 10 minutes and then they're gone. And it's like, is it a Pokemon Go thing or is there a Charizard over there? I don't know what is going on, dude.
Stop. Is there any sort of landmark or thing nearby that could potentially? The reason I bring that up is when we lived in Tucson, Andrada was chronically addicted to Pokemon Go.
Uh-huh.
At first it was both of us and then it was just her. And she was like, hey, slow down. Got it.
Yeah. I don't think,
honey,
the only monument that would be there truly is some sort of rogue street artist sculpture of man defecating in box. It's the only thing that goes on in that watch. There's nothing going on. And then across the street is our little townhouse neighborhood with probably a couple dozen living spaces. There's nothing going on here except for the fact that this street is like a little bit kind of in this liminal space between a big street and a slightly less big street that connects to another big street. It's kind of a weird place.
Is it a weird dead end? Oops, I'm lost.
No.
Let me get on my phone. Oops, I don't have much service. Let me sit here and get service and then punch in directions and
It's kind
that?
of no. It's not even that. It connects two roads, and it's a little bit like out of sight in a way.
Mm.
And I don't mean that in a like I'm not like a 70s way. I mean it's like literally out of the vision of like perhaps law enforcement. I don't know, but I only bring that up because it's very unusual. I don't know if you guys had any theories. I have seen this phenomenon before. Once when we play volleyball at the park all the time, and there were these little townhomes right near the park, and people would go. And I remember we would always pay attention because we were usually hurting for players. And when someone would come in the parking lot, we'd be like, go for doing this thing. Like, who is it? Maybe it's somebody who's going to come play with us. And like a lot of the time, they would go park in the back of this parking lot in front of this little townhouse, be in there for 15 minutes with their car on, maybe a little longer, and then they would leave. And it was like, something has to be transpiring wirelessly for there to be any kind of transaction and locally. Something. That's what I mean. So I know you kind of panicked a little bit when I said the word, but
hey man, I'm saying.
I mean, I can't think of anything other than more sensitive than that people would be like trying to,
And from a technical perspective, that's absolutely
distribute
possible, right? You could have something out there that
local
wirelessly
network.
You have a password, local network. It's off the It's not on the wide internet, but you can connect to it and do a thing, FTP style, whatever.
Right.
I don't know, man. That's pretty whack.
That's my best theory.
You know what you could get, since you're such a fan of made in China handhelds?
Mm-hmm.
They make Wi-Fi scanners and little devices that you can kind of peruse and snoop and what networks are in my area, and you can try to crack them and be like, do a little private eye action.
Right.
And
look up.
Could be cool.
I just found a SSID called not 5 gigahertz. Don't even try looking here. No. And then one more thing that I'm going to bring up.
Boy, oh boy.
Because that whole thing's probably going to get cut out, I'm sure. That one more thing I'm going to bring up. I brought this up early in our entire podcast. That corner where you used to live on Orange Grove, and it's Orange Grove and La Cholla. Just there's people in wheelchairs and scooters. It's popping off over there every single day, dude. It's like there's a gang that runs
over
that
by
block.
Lily Supermarket.
Yes, dude. I brought this up early in the podcast, and I said something's going on over there. Every single time I drive by there are people rolling around. And granted, I
leave Tucson and it falls to pieces. I'm just saying
it truly falls apart. Something is going on over there. Something's going on. I'm just
that apartment complex was tough, dude. It was. We had to really grin and bear it. I know you house sat for us that time, so maybe you got a feel for it. But we had a neighbor that got into a fist fight over drugs. He was our next door neighbor, and I grabbed my gun. I was standing at the door, what the? And a police officer came up and asked to speak with me, and I was like, "Yeah, I heard an altercation. Blah, blah, it was crazy." Yeah. And that whole area, because it was a cheap apartment, I think we paid just over $700 for that little doinky place, good. Which at the time was pretty good. It's kind of what I needed. We downsized, right? Because yes, Deg, you visited at least once. This was shortly after we had Maxwell. That's why we got that smaller place, is because Andrada was pregnant, and we were like, "Hey, let's downsize, save some scratch." And it ended up being outrageously close to the hospital. Right, that spot is close to the hospital that we ended up having Maxwell at, and it ended up being really close to Andrada's job at CMS. So, but that whole apartment complex was full of bottom of the barrel, low rent seeking folks, and they would send out emails to all the tenants. They'd be like, "Hey, you have to pick up your dog's poop, man. There's a rule that says you got to do that," and nobody did.
Right. Nobody did.
Ever. Because it was that It was.
I
it was
watched
that
your dog, and I was like, I'm not.
It was that collective action thing where, like, what are they going to do? Kick us all out?
Right.
They need the money.
Right.
What are they going to do?
Right.
It's like there was a secret group chat that I didn't know about, but everybody else knew about. Where I was like, man, this place really is full of dog crap.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Every 3 weeks,
it was
there's a message that says LMAO, and it's just a picture of another email that's like, you guys are better. This is your last warning.
It was nuts. That area can be funky.
There's something weird going on, dude. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna make any.
Well, I appreciate you keeping an eye on it. I'm sorry when I left Tucson, it all went to crap, dude.
Dude, it is rough out here. It's 111. There's people in rascal scooters running
dude,
the show.
Dude, he makes people go crazy for real. For real.
Yeah. They're rolling around. They're talking
desperate.
to themselves. It's messy out here, to say the least. But yeah, that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. What's going on in Deg's world?
Well, not a lot of games for the last, 2 weeks or so. I was in North Carolina last week for a spell, and
yeah, you were.
Jake and I got to play some disc golf and get some sushi and ride some bird scooters around our old campus, and it was amazing. They're limited on speed compared to what we had in Raleigh last year. But they were like geo-fenced at the campus to like only go a certain speed, and you can only go in certain areas. But we had a blast and a half regardless.
I was looking for a picture of us when we hung out together. I don't think I got one. Shame on me.
But we had a lot of fun. And then
I think it's in the newspaper. Actually, there's an article. Of you guys, two nude men riding.
They're back.
Ride through campus on
Jake and Deg returning to campus. Watch out.
Oh, it was really fun. Went to
it was great.
One of our old former watering holes, as it were, and had a good time. And then right after I got back, we went to WinStar, which is a casino about an hour and a half north. Casey and I, my wife and I, went hour and a half north of here, just across the border of Oklahoma, and just spent an afternoon and an evening there. Rented a cabana by the pool with some friends, and then did a little light gambling. I'm not much of a gambler, which thank God. But played some blackjack and played some slots and won some money, lost some money, ended up about even, had a good time.
Yeah, dude, that's how you do it. All right.
I will say the one game-related thing is after we got back, I downloaded a blackjack app on my phone, and I'm not going to like put any money into it. I'm just playing with house money, as it were, just like whatever the tokens they start you with on the app. But I've been having a lot of fun, just playing, and I got out a deck of cards at home, and I've been kind of practicing a little bit, and I've watched a few videos, and it's fun. And just, my wife and I will sit at the kitchen table and play after the baby goes to sleep and things like that, which is
Bodie one of those
nice.
little dealer visors, the clear visors.
Oh my gosh, will you please? That would be so precious. Oh my gosh.
Other than that, not much. I mean, I'm wanting to get back into Dune. I haven't played since before I went to North Carolina. And so the one thing I did want to ask you guys, just kind of like not a whole side topic, but just a quick question. When it comes to mobile games, like whether it's casino games, like a blackjack game or whatever, are we hot, cold? How do we feel about I know we've done some stuff about mobile gaming on the pod before, but how do we feel about, we'll call them like mobile games that you could play in real life, like blackjack or poker or whatever. And how do you guys feel about casino games in general? Like, just as a person, because it is a type of gaming, I guess.
I think there's a common thread there's an attraction that I have to gambling that is not unlike what I experience in video games, right? Anything that has an RNG, loot, something kind of element to it, it is gambling in a sense, right? But there's no stakes other than the money that costs you to get the game. I think of, Dune, because that's what I'm playing. They kind of reset the loot tables in the deep desert every week, and so you go out there, you don't know what you're going to get. You might get a duplicate, you might get something you've already got before, but the fact that you went out there is reward enough because everything's very high tier. when it comes to actual casino gambling, we've talked about this just personally, not on the pod necessarily. Boy, I am a roulette guy. It's the only game that I think is like, I know this isn't literally true, but it feels like I have a fighting chance because it is statistics. I can't really make a mistake because it's a ball on a wheel that's spinning really fast, and what happens. Over extremely long periods of time, a pattern might emerge, especially as I read an article about this one time. There can be little indentations and like dents and nicks in the wood of the roulette wheel, and that can create a deformation that bounces the ball out of that spot every time, or makes the ball more likely to land in that spot over time. But anyway, short of sitting at a roulette table for 15 years straight, it really is just physics and raw luck. And so you have like a 49% chance of hitting black, you have like a 49% chance of hitting red, and then the house always wins because there's those now 3 green spots, right? 0, 00, and 000. I love to overthink roulette, and I think that's how a lot of people get into any casino game, is they overthink it and they think they've got a way, like, oh well, if I just do this every time, that's the safe money, right? And then I'll be more likely to win. And it's like, you're never more than 49% likely to win. You know what I mean? Like, there is not a actual surefire way to beat the house. You can beat other players. Like online poker. Do you guys know people that play online poker?
No.
Because I know a couple of people that have made thousands and thousands of dollars in online poker. It's like a real thing.
Yeah.
Because there's a human element, and you can learn, even online, you can learn the statistics and to read people, right? So that's how, to my mind, that's not really a chance game so much as a social engineering game, or at least it can be in the right hands. When it comes to mobile games, if there was a mobile roulette game, dude, I think I would be playing that on the toilet every time I went to the bathroom. I should probably not look up on the App Store or the Game Store whether there's a roulette game, because I'm sure that there is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it scratches a lot of the same dopamine itches, right? And I'm a fan. I haven't played any on my phone for real. What about you, Jared? You've played a number of little like gotcha games and like mobile games, right?
Yeah. I think that there is that casino element to all of those games, and I've played quite a few, but never a traditional casino type game. Never. I just have no interest. Even card games. I'm particularly bad at card games. I made an agreement with myself on a certain July 4th. We were playing some godforsaken card game as a group. It's probably like 8 or 9 of us, and I just had never been great with card games. And I was like, guys, listen, I'm not good at card games. I don't want to play. I was at a don't want to play stage in my life, and we played. And we got probably 20 minutes in, and I was like, oh, okay, I got it. I think I did it. And they're like, you got the thing? Like, it was like a spoons type game or something where you have to collect the right assortment. And they looked at me, and I had like 9 cards more than you're allowed to have or something. And they were all like,
oh no,
oh Jared, oh yeah,
treat you like you're 4 years old.
I was like, you know what? I don't need this. And I went in and I watched the Harlem Globetrotters on television. It was July 4th. I remember that weird night, and I hate card games, and I've decided not to play them ever since.
This sounds very traumatic for you. This sounds really baked in. Were you in like high school, or was this
it
like?
It wasn't even traumatic. I was
5 days ago, or like what are we talking about? It
was last week. I cried. No. It was a while ago. I was like in college, and it really wasn't traumatic. That's the thing, is there's some things that I can recall being like, wow, that was really embarrassing. But I've spent so much time being embarrassed by things that aren't even actually embarrassing in my life that I've really gotten to a point where I'm like, whatever, man. I mean, there was a time, I think this is probably the most, literally on paper, one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done as an adult. I bought a Porsche, not an expensive one. I got a great deal on an old Porsche, and it was a stick shift. And I was learning to drive a stick shift on this Porsche, which had a really, really tight clutch. It was very precise. And I stalled that Porsche. I was at my parents' house, and this was probably 5 years ago. This is not that long ago.
I was going to say, I think I vaguely remember something about you learning to drive stick, and we may have talked about it at the time.
The neighbors who were renting the house on the cul-de-sac where my parents live, where I was keeping the car, I had never, ever in my entire life seen the young woman or her friends in front of that house, except for that day that I took the Porsche out to try and drive around the neighborhood. I got back and I stalled it, and I'm not joking. I think I stalled it 25 times getting it up the driveway in front of them. And I was mortified. I got out of the car, and I had to say something because I was like, I know that they just witnessed that. And, I mean, aside from just getting a gun and just on the driveway, committing seppuku on the driveway of my parents' house, I was like, I'm sorry you guys had to see that. And I just went inside, and I laughed about it. But those are the moments now where I was like, wow.
And immediately got on Facebook Marketplace and sold the car.
I did end up selling that car just because I was like, I don't want to blow the clutch out on this thing and have to pay $4,000. So, I have moments like that where I'm like, you know what? That was so embarrassing, and it doesn't matter. And the card thing doesn't matter. It just was a decision where I was like, you know what? I don't enjoy this. The juice is not worth the squeeze. Even if I had beaten everybody at that table, I could have beaten them. I could have gotten the deck of cards, swallowed it, and shot it out of my butt like some kind of bizarre, perverted David Blaine trick as the fireworks went off on July 4th.
He's probably done that at this point.
Yeah, I mean, well, sure.
David Blaine to be like that.
Yeah, I don't want to rip off David Blaine, but and it wouldn't have mattered. I wouldn't have enjoyed it. So I'm just like, you know what? I hate card games. I don't want to play them. And casino games, it's like alcohol for me. I never started, and I'll never start gambling because I bet you it's fun. I bet you it's a great time, but I just don't want to deal with it. I got enough problems. Okay.
Yes, dude.
I'm losing at Dota on the weekend and screaming at my computer at 11-year-olds from Korea.
Jake and I had this conversation when we were playing disc golf about you, Jared, where we were like, can Jared can he just have a flaw? Can he just can there just be something he does that we're like, Jared, you really need to figure that out, man? Like,
I think my words were, can Jared just pick up like one vice and make me feel better?
Jake scrubs this podcast clean of all the things that make me look like I'm some like Mormon deity descended from some weird. I say a lot of uncouth things on this podcast that Jake cleans up. So I have that. Like on this podcast, it's like 5 minutes of dialogue that got cut out already.
What? I have no idea what you're talking about. No, certainly not. Well, I applaud you for not gambling. And Deg, that was a great little mini segment there, brother.
What about you, roulette, man?
Shoe buddy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna try to keep it brief. Dune, I haven't played nearly as much as I wanted to, but I played more than I thought I would be able to. Because of how we structured our weekend with 4th of July and, having that Friday off. We had lots of family time at home. The boys are playing outside, back deck.
Take a second and can we just celebrate for a second that the 4th was on Friday this year?
Bro, come on.
Did that not rock so hard, dude? That was...
Thank you, Mr. President. That was really that was a huge stroke of genius. I can't believe. Happy 249th. To the big US of A. It was a good one. 4th of July being on a Friday is out freaking standing. Yeah. My wife is at home, which I think I mentioned last week or whenever the podcast was, 2 weeks ago. And so the fact that she's like trad wife mode, staying at home, is very cool. She got a stand mixer, a KitchenAid like mixer for her birthday. She made cookies for the first time. They were incredible. We're looking forward to more of that kind of stuff. She's hanging out with the boys and getting lots of mommy time. And on the 4th, we had so much family time that it was like when we needed a break from each other, because that's a thing. If you don't have families or wives or kids, just wait. Sometimes you need to catch a little break. And it was like, hey, let's all like pick our respective hobbies and go do them. And so we had a couple of hours of like, the boys were like building Legos and playing the Switch and playing together and playing separately, and they're at that age where you can kind of leave them alone, and it's great. They can wipe their butts themselves and get themselves a snack and refill their water bottles themselves, and it's like, this rocks.
Yeah.
And so Andrada's doing some art on her iPad, and I log into Dune, and I'm getting some time in, and I finally make good on my promise to Jason, friend of the pod.
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo, that's right. And he started a guild called Sand by Me. And you guys, they're active right now. We have 17 people in our Discord. So approximately 17 people in the guild. And Jason is like in all chat recruiting every day. And, he's in the military. I think at one point he was a recruiter in the military. And so he's like pretty good at it. and so we've got like tons of people just hanging out,
wow.
And some of them are more chill than others. Some of them are like me, where they don't play super often. And when they do, they put in a solid session because they kind of plan for that on their Saturday or their whatever. So what I did was I made good on my promise to Jason that I was going to start architecting our main new guild base, what will be our end game base. And so I built a garage that was humongous and had like lights on the ceiling, and you could park multiple buggies in there for mining stuff. And then in the sort of ceiling area, it was, of course, the ceiling was capped off, and then there was these pillars that went up to another level where I planned to, and I did make good on this later, make like hangar bays and landing pads for ornithopters. And a third level above that that was like the barracks and sort of like rooms for storage, and we were going to kind of block all that off, and then we were going to structure it in such a way that you can set a security level to every door. 5 is public, 1 is just the owner, and all the gradations in between, where it's like public, guild, associate, co-owner, and then number 1 is yourself, owner. And so I was the owner of this advanced sub-fief land plot. I extended it like 6 times, because you can do that with what's called a staking unit. So there's the original cube that I plotted, and then I extended this way and up, and this way and up above the original square. It was like huge, built into the rocks in the top, like northwest corner of the map, strategically placed so that we can get to the deep desert quicker. And no joke, I had built only the basement garage thing up until this past weekend, and this past weekend I built the next floor above that, and the next floor above that, and like a penthouse thing above that.
Is that
for
the
myself.
same?
I mean, this
is that the same base that we started building the last time I played?
Yes, we had just begun to build it. That's correct. So I finished it, dude. Jason helped a little bit at the end, but I sort of architected like the whole thing. And Jason logs on this past weekend. We more link up, I think, on Sunday than Saturday. And he's like, dude, I saw the progress you made. This is sick. I like the style. I like the function. I see where things can go. I'm going to start moving some stuff. I was like, yeah, party on. Like, I'll be on later.
You're not going to believe
So Monday.
This. I'm sorry to interrupt. You're not going to believe this, but I just got a recording from Jason recruiting people in all chat. I just was going to play it real quick. Can you hear that?
No, it's not coming through.
Dang, well that completely blows up this whole bit.
I think Discord is silencing it.
Well, Discord is gay. It was the Jason Derulo Just Dance when he was bombing on stage at E3. He's in all chat doing that, and it sounds like it's working really well, dude.
No wonder people are flocking to our guild.
Yeah,
no wonder.
It's like that's where I want to be.
So I build all this on Saturday and Sunday. Jason joins in, starts moving some stuff, and I give him permissions to also build with me. The rest of the guys in the guild can just like open all the doors and access all the things, but they can't build like Jason and I can, because I was kind of linked in with him on Sunday, explaining to him where the supports are and what I was thinking and where we're going to put stuff. And we built these, ornithopter pads, and it was so sick what we built. I'm working from home on Monday, which Jason has off. He didn't work Monday. And I get a message. I checked my phone on my lunch break, and he goes, I'm going to read it to you. I know you're working at home, but we had some catastrophic stuff happen. I'm doing my best to rebuild, but your console, which is the first thing that you build that plots the land, it came down from where it was, and also we currently do not have a plot of land anymore. I'm remaking the plot extenders, but I need to know where you placed it in the first place, or just jump on if you can, and we can work to upgrade it. And I said, what? What happened? And he said, I feel like a little kid that was reaching for a plate instead of asking for help, and the cabinet fell down. He explained to me that he misunderstood where some of the pillars I had put were like reaching up to and what they were supporting, and he deleted something to make a little more square footage in one of the floors.
Load bearing.
And he brought down like over a third of the base that we had built, including my sick like penthouse thingy I had made, and like all this stuff just boom came down. Dang, he said his frame rate dropped for a second, and he was like, uh-oh. And so he just like poof into thin air, deleted everything. So when I was taking a break and I had a moment, I logged on and I saw the damage, and I was like, oh, he'd already rebuilt it to a degree by the time I got on.
You scream at him?
Dude, No. I took it pretty easy. I didn't call him all the things I wanted to call him. But he was very apologetic, and it was very funny. And, jokes on him, I had a good time regardless, and 2/3 of it is still standing, like, whatever. And he had the day off, and so he just, like, grinded away, and he was like, later he was like, dude, it took me, like, a long time to build back what you did. Like, you were in a flow, and you were working really quickly, and I was trying to come behind you, and it's actually really hard. And we fixed some of the problems that created that in the first place. We made some more supports that are different and better. So the guild has essentially moved to that base completely now. I've not even been to the deep desert yet, but I'm going to maybe this coming up weekend, because there was another, the weekly wipe happens on like Tuesday morning or night.
That's disgusting. You should do it every time you're done in the bathroom. I'm sorry.
I think 1 week is okay.
That's
I think every
foul.
week is okay.
The weekly wipe.
I got a still suit on. You know what I'm saying? It's all good,
I gotta jump in the bathroom for my weekly wipe. She's like, please get in there.
So in the deep desert resets, the Discord for our guild is popping off, and everybody's talking about where stuff is and where we should set up a base. And it's like, that Tuesday and Wednesday kind of period is like, all right, we got to go get set up so that we can go get spice. So it has been really fun. Last night I played and just kind of did some questing to take a break from building constantly, because I told Jason, I was like, dude, I feel like I haven't played Dune. I've just built the base for like a whole weekend, and that's fun and all, but I think I'd like to play the game now. And he was like, yeah, go off. Like, I totally understand. So I just went and did some of the Atreides quest line to boost my loyalty, because the loyalty perks, let you get new like cosmetics and good quest rewards and stuff like that. So Dune freaking rocks. I also played Lego Builder's Journey on my Steam Deck, because it wasn't working and now it does work. They patched it and it works on the Steam Deck. That's a very cool game. Super random, out of left field thought. I'm just letting you know. Like, Lego Builder's Journey
11
is very
minutes
cool.
straight of like hardcore Dune talk and like building your giant base, and then you're just like, oh, I also played Lego Builder Time Adventure.
Dude.
It's very good if you haven't checked it out. It has like ray tracing. It has a little story that's like non-verbal sort of communicating. I'm serious.
So my computer
it's not
can't
like
run it.
that.
That's even better. Thank you for that.
It's not even like how there's like Lego Batman, Lego Star Wars 1 through 18, and there's Lego Horizon Zero Dawn, which my kids play and love. Right. It's not that. It's this like very artful isometric Lego game where you play two little characters that I think are supposed to be like a father and a son, and there's a story that develops. It's just like a two maybe 3 hour puzzle game with
cool.
with really realistically rendered Legos. Anyway, it's very cool. So I beat that this past weekend.
Did you guys ever play Lego Island for Microsoft Windows in the 90s?
Lego Island. I
Dude,
don't think so.
The Brickster, the villain. You know what I'm talking about, Jared? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was my Grand Theft Auto. It was my first like taste of
whoa,
like open world.
dude!
It was like, whoa,
Look at this. I'm looking at the cover art. This is like peak late 90s
dude
cover art right here. This is nutty.
Did you guys ever
kidding
play
me right
Lego
now?
Racers?
I'm gonna put it in the
I never
project.
played that, yeah.
Oh, it was a good game. It was pretty fun.
Lego Island's like a point and click sort of kind of pre-rendered adventure. How would you describe it, Jared?
Oh, maybe we're thinking of a different game. I thought Lego. No, this is what I was thinking.
Well, you can like drive a car around and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah, this is absolutely what I was thinking of. It's in my mind, I remember it as like kind of like an open world experience. I was like, oh wow, yes, I can do whatever I want, and it was just like.
It was developed by Mindscape. It released in September of 1997. And this is one of those games that I can see if I had access. I didn't have access to this game in 97 that I recall. I would have been, 7. And I did not play this. But if I did, I would have thought this looked like real life. This would have been the most incredible, engrossing thing I've ever seen on the computer. And today, it looks like dog. But it is
definitely does.
It is extremely cool. It says here in the Wikipedia article, the development team created a model with real Legos of Lego Island to study how kids engage with it, to like design it better. Because that was their goal, is to make something that kids could enjoy. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I'm sure those guys did that just to contribute to the experience of the development process, not because they're huge Lego nerds and giant.
It was right after
Lego.
They parked outside your condo.
Yeah, they were over here doing research.
I'm gonna pop that into the pod chat. I found a video, or not video, an image of the model you're talking about.
Oh,
I saw that too. I think, unless this is a Rick roll. Oh yeah. The guy on the right looks like Jerry Seinfeld, dude. Is it Jerry Seinfeld?
It's like.
What's the deal with Legos?
Build the whole island. Where's the Holocaust Museum? I don't see anything like that on here. Lego Holocaust for the PlayStation 4.
Dude, where's that Lego set? Come on now.
Seriously, dude, where's the Schindler's List Lego set?
I have 2 extremely short headlines for you. Number 1, Tarkov just wiped. Don't play it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now, it's a trap. Nikita's the worst. Tarkov just wiped. Don't even think about it. I see you typing, Jared.
I'm just going to the Reddit to see what people are saying.
I gotta see. That's how it starts, dude. Don't do it. So that's a thing. I don't know what's different. I don't know what changed. I just saw it in the Twitter sphere, and I'm here to tell you, Tarkov is a waste of your time, energy, money, and mental capacity. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
What did they
and then the other headline is I already forgot. Must not have been too important. They called this one a hardcore wipe that removes quests and disables most maps. I don't know what that means, but anyway, that's all I saw about Tarkov.
I just want to point out that in Lego Island, your primary weapon is throwing pizzas at the enemy. It's pretty rad.
Dude.
Yep.
Talk about peak 90s. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pizza, Mountain Dew, freaking yeah. Oh my gosh. So good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of all we got for you this week. A nice tight 40-ish minutes maybe after I edit this. We're so happy to have you with us. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow the show on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on YouTube at 3 Grass Touchers, on Instagram at 3 Grass Touchers, and let us know what you think. Share with your pals. Like, love, follow, subscribe, share. And we'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, get out there and touch some grass.
Who is still playing Tarkov?